No sound, no sound. Let's start that from the top again. What's up, y'all? It's me, Big Brother Boss, aka the Funky Monk. With me is the beautiful Miss Candy with an X. We are the Aging Potheads, and this is our podcast. We are here every Wednesday at 7 p.m. and we smoke and we do things and we just talk a lot of shit here. How you doing, Miss Candy?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm great. I am fantastic. Now, before we get started today, y'all, as always, we have to light up, y'all. We have to light up. So let's go ahead and smoke it out. Man. And what are you smoking on tonight?
Wedding cake. We put a indica tonight.
Okay.
It smells okay, but like I think I gave it 4.5.
Excuse me. Man.
Oh,
Yeah.
smoker.
Yeah, that is an indica. That was actually our strain of the week last month or last week.
It was.
Yeah, it was. So I'm actually glad you actually smoked it, because I was like, man, I smoked some last night because I was trying to get to bed. Man.
Okay.
You gave it 4.5. I'm sorry, you gave it 4 blunts. Okay, my bad.
I did. Okay, yeah. Yeah. I think I did have a little headache earlier, so I think it gave me a little headache. So that's probably why I gave it the 4,
Okay.
a little, but yeah.
I completely understand that. Now, I am smoking on Kim Dog. Kim Dog is a sativa dominant. Um, it's a mix of what I want to say here. I had it here, y'all. Y'all gotta excuse me. I'm a pothead.
I think that have we I feel like we've done Ken Dog before though too.
Yeah. I have done Kim Dog. They say it's indica, but I get it because it gives me the more sativa thing. It is pretty balanced. You know what I mean? With Kim Dog, it allows me to think. Can't do much. You know what I mean? If I got something to do that day, Kim Dog is not gonna help me with my
Right.
chores. I'm gonna sit around, and I'm gonna probably sit around and talk shit all day, get online and do shit anything other than what I'm supposed to be doing. I gave it
Oh,
4 I gave it 4.5 because it does have that body feeling I don't like that much. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
it's okay. Like I said, I gave it 4.5 because it did hit my head pretty hard, and I was like, yeah, this is cool. I like this shit right here. But
Mm-hmm.
then when those body effects come up, sometimes you want to get up. You want to say, yeah, I think I want to get up.
Right.
You know what I
You
mean?
have to do stuff and your body's just like, no, I just sit here for a little bit longer. And then a little bit longer be hours later. You'd be like, I
Yeah,
didn't do a damn thing today. Like
exactly.
but that's how edibles do me. Like
Uh-huh.
edibles are kind of that's how I react to edibles. Like I just it's more of a body thing. I feel it. I don't like the creep up
Hmm.
feeling. I don't know. I have to be
Yeah.
really careful with those
Hmm.
because I don't know. It makes me feel like weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
Some of them, not all of them. Some of
But some of them, yeah. Indicas, they just put me to sleep. Like I said, that wedding cake knocked me out last night. Um,
them.
our
I mean, it's good
stream.
if you want to go to sleep. If you
Yeah.
if you want to relax,
Hmm.
then that's good.
Yes, and let us know what you're smoking. I know we got folks on Twitter and YouTube. Go ahead and let us know where you're smoking, as well as where you're watching us from tonight.
Yeah.
Um, Now our strain of the week is Super Lemon Haze. Super Lemon Haze is a sativa dominant hybrid. It's a mix of lemon skunk and super silver haze. It's about 80-20. It's about 80-20.
I've
Sativa
never tried
to
that.
indica.
Yeah, try that.
Um, yes, it gives you a little pep. It has some cerebral effects. It's a good daytime thing for treating fatigue. So if you're tired, just going to give you that little boost of energy. Um,
Sativa.
yes, it's a sativa,
Okay.
and some of the side effects, the same old cotton mouth, um, dry eyes, sometimes headache. But one thing, and this might be a plus to me, is I shouldn't say plus. It's a heightened sense of anxiety. And that's not a plus. It's actually a minus. I was actually
I
reading it.
was like, what?
I know. I don't want no heightened sense. I want some heightened senses.
I
I
don't
want
want to
I want to hear the fly on the wall fart, but no, I don't want heightened anxiety. So those who suffer from anxiety, um,
probably not.
yeah, super lemon haze might not be your thing. But I
Yeah.
love it. I've smoked it before. I thought it was kind of cool. I thought it was real cool. Now, before we pop off tonight, because we're gonna talk about the Grammys, but some shit I just read is that movie theaters are now about to start. Well, AMC movie theaters are about to start charging for what they call premium site seats. So we're talking about seats in the middle of the theater where most people generally like to sit.
So like just the middle like area or like a box in the middle or like kind of like a D box.
It's not gonna be it's not gonna be corded off like at the club or something. But when you go to get your tickets online, certain tickets in these sections are going to be more.
That's weird. I just want to know like how they're gonna do that. Is there gonna be like, I mean, which seat is the middle, nigga? Like, is it just the two on the side that's gonna be the cheapest? All is the middle, like how y'all gonna do that?
The way it works is that the seats in the middle are going to be more. The seats outside of that little section that they have cordoned off, and I'm trying to look for it right now on how they plan to do it. Let's see here. Oh, here's a perfect one right here. I'm gonna share it with us real quick. Hold on.
Okay.
Share this here. All right. Now, let me go ahead and put this up here, y'all. Now, this section right here is what's going to be the premium seating. So this is going to cost more. It's called Preferred Sightline. It's $2 extra in this thing. And this is actually for the Titanic anniversary. So it's in 3D. I'm not going to, I'm just trying to show you what this is like. So these seats right here are going to be premium sightline. They're going to be $2 extra. Everything else is standard. That's going to be your standard
regular high ass price.
Your regular price. Yeah, your regular $20 price. These might be $22 if you use that thing. These down here are going to be less. And it's going to be $2 off. So these is like the cheap seats. That's the front of the screen. That's the front screen. Yeah. And who the fuck sits in the front of the movie theater, y'all?
Nobody.
Exactly.
Like the last time we had to sit way in the front is because we snuck it at motherfucker, and that was when I was a teenager.
Now, some people are saying it's still hard to sit in the front, even with like reclining seats. To me, it's still
look up that. Who wants to do that? That's kind of like I prefer like either the middle or closer to the back. Yeah. Or even on the sides, like even in the cheaper seats on the sides, but at least up, But yeah, most people do like to sit in the middle. But we go to the Galaxy, we like the D-Box and all of that stuff. So like AMC, I don't even know no AMCs. I know they have one at Town Square, but I think they're closing that one.
Yeah, the one in town, the one in downtown Summerlin, I think that's a Regal, but I think that one's closing. The one in Town Square is still there.
Okay.
There's one over on Rainbow and Smoke Ranch. There's a few in town. I even think the one at the that might be Cinemark. Either way, I don't like this. I really don't like it. Yeah. I sort of like this system they have where you can get your seats. And those who, because they said they're basically, their thing is that
shit like,
what was that?
I say you pay more for stuff like that. I mean, normally, like I said, when we go to the, and I don't know if it's, but I don't know if AMC out here, if they serve alcohol and all of that stuff.
Yeah, they do.
But they are charging a premium on everything anyway, so it seems like they just add more fees on top of fees. And, what you gonna do? Not pay a fee, a fee for a fulcrum fee. And, like all these different ass fees. So it just seems like they just adding on top of it. But I know, like, say if we do go to the Galaxy, it's a little, we want the detox, we want the liquor and all that stuff. So tickets gonna be
exactly.
Yeah,
go ahead.
No, go ahead. That's what I was just thinking. Is it?
Yeah, I mean,
if they have those things there anyway, are they gonna just be adding more to it?
Yeah, like I said, they already charge you overpriced for the drinks now. Overpriced popcorn, concessions, that's always been expensive. That goes back years. But to charge me a premium on my seat, because they say some people value their movie experience. And I'm one of those people, but I thought there would be added value when you let me see and reserve my seats, not charge me more for reserving a seat when it's already first come, first serve.
Right.
And, now we have the online thing. So those who value their experience shouldn't have to pay $2 to do so. You know what I mean?
Now, I mean, I just feel like everything just has gone, like, I'm so tired of it just going up. Like, every time I go to 7-Eleven, I just want a soda. Now I got to pop up almost $3 for a can. Like,
exactly.
I don't understand it. I really don't. I should just take my gas to Smith, but, whatever. I don't feel like walking around all them people.
Yeah, but they're expensive everywhere now. I mean, I went to Walmart, the damn, let's take 7-Eleven, because most people here in Vegas go to 7-Eleven when they need quick shit like sodas. Yeah, you got to get the 2 for deal. You got to get the 2 for $4.50 or something, because one is already almost $3.
Already almost $3. So you might as well, or 2 for $2. Like, I remember when they first started doing it, it was 2 for $2. So each can was $1.
Yeah.
Now it's like 2 for $4. So now I got to cough up $2 extra.
Exactly. And even Arizona iced teas are up to $1.59 in some places.
And he said he wasn't gonna. He said he wasn't gonna raise the price. He was going for his customers. I'm not gonna, but I understand them wanting to do that for their customers, but they're losing. I mean, obviously he had to, because he was probably losing money doing that. Like, at the end of the day,
I think it's the retailers. Not the guy who runs Arizona. I think it's the retailers. The retailers are marking up everything because they, it costs more to do shit. Because now, I mean, Arizona IC's already said suggested price. You know what I mean? It always says suggested price, 99 cents. I've seen it for $2.39 in some places. I've seen it for $1.59 in others. I'm like, I'm not finna pay for all that shit.
I know, $2.39. Just for the can?
Just for the can. Mind you, that was at a smoke shop, so I get it. You know what I mean? Everything is kind of expensive at a smoke shop. I don't get it, but fuck it. I understand. Now, that was my little rant. I'm sorry, y'all. I done ranted about this shit.
You ranted about the
about the movies and shit. And we ain't even got to the good shit yet. You know what I mean? All right. Now, the Grammys was on Sunday. I watched it. It was fun. It was hosted by Trevor Noah, who is a very funny guy. I love Treasure.
We have the
I
same
love
birthday.
Trevor Noah. He's African American, truly African American.
Actually,
naturally African American. Yeah,
and he came out here.
Exactly. I mean, the same argument can be made for our old man, Mr. Musk, but that's some bullshit. They know what they know what I mean. Beyonce won a couple of awards, including I want to say best song, best dance.
Traditional R&B, like one category was best traditional art, which for one of the songs, I think it was one of the songs on the album that I guess sounded more R&B than because that was a whole like dance album or like what do they call it?
It was dance.
Yeah, a house album. You know, like
they call it dance.
I haven't listened to the whole thing. I'm not a big fan of the album. Like
it's dance / electronica.
Which I see why people would be into it. Like those kind of stuff. You know, like I could totally see that being played there.
But yeah, I was okay. I was happy for everybody who won, especially Bonnie Raitt. I love hearing Bonnie Raitt, and that's where my issue comes with, because we know the Chris Brown thing. Fuck Chris Brown. Chris Brown always complaining about something, but that's not dissing you, Chris. I like your music.
No, that was some bullshit, and that lets me know that you have a temper. Like you have
exactly. But I didn't like the way people were coming at Bonnie Raitt. Like, who's this woman? Where did she come from? And out of all these people, y'all chose her. Let me be clear. Bonnie Raitt has been doing music probably before.
As long as I've been alive, longer.
Yeah. Probably more years than most of those people on the list have been alive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, Bonnie Raitt is 73, I want to say. Don't quote me on that. But she's older. She started music in 1971.
Oh, see?
And in some of these cases, these people's parents weren't even born. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And everybody's acting like she was surprised. Why did she act so surprised? Because that talent pool was deep. Even though there was some people
this year, it was stacked. A lot of the categories were very stacked this year. Even though I didn't watch it yet, I've just been hearing all the the stuff that's been going on from it, and it was some pretty good.
Yeah, it was a competition. It was a deep nomination pool. All these people were talented. I love that Bonnie Raitt got it. I'm glad she was surprised. It was a beautiful moment.
My mom used to listen to her a lot when I was a kid. That's like, to say that, you just these. It's just a different time now because, like like as a child, I was exposed to a whole bunch of different like music styles and genres. And the genres were more separated then, I guess. And now it's just all kind of all over the place now. But they were very specific things and very specific categories that music used to be in. And like you just hear stuff on the radio more. People listen to the radio more back then. So I understand. I guess these kids not really knowing anything outside of whatever fucking genre they do listen to or they like. But it is kind of sad that a lot of people don't know who Bonnie Raitt is, or like who are who are mad that. I don't think Harry Styles should have won, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that. I'm not saying Beyonce should have got beat, but
but
I definitely don't think he should have got it.
But as some people kept saying, Bonnie Raitt's one of Bonnie Raitt's best songs is something to talk about. She gave him something to talk about. Fuck these kids.
First time I got introduced to Bonnie Raitt.
Exactly. when I was growing up, all the music was played on one radio station until it started getting very distinct. It happened about the time rap started going mainstream. And a lot of people didn't want to play rap, but it was still popular. So that's when we started getting urban stations and, the music started separate. We always had separate stations, but pretty much everybody played the same thing. And growing up, that's where I got my diversity in the music I like today. That's where I get it. And to see her win in that deep pool, I could see why I was surprised with her.
I would have been surprised with her too, but I'm glad she deserved it.
Now, I don't like how, I need to understand that the artists weren't upset at other artists. It was the fans. You know what I mean? And I'm a fan of a lot of folks, including Kendrick Lamar, Harry Styles. I'm a fan. But they won, they lost, whether they should or shouldn't, hey, that's not on me. But a lot of people felt that certain people shouldn't have won. You know what I mean? You're about to talk about Harry Styles. Everybody was like, okay, what happened there? And it's the same argument. They keep mentioning Beyonce. They keep mentioning Mary J. They keep mentioning these. There's no, that's why that's why they don't say the winner is anymore. They just say the Grammy goes to.
Yeah.
Because all these artists, they're good. And in order to be nominated, they had to have put out some good work. Don't get me wrong. They put out some good work. Harry Styles, I just listened to his album last week. I thought it was better than Beyonce's. I'm not a Beyonce fan, but I was trying to be as objective as possible when it came to just how I related to
you have to turn in your black card because you just said that, and it's doing Black History Month, so you did a double whammy, and the Beehive is coming to sting us, and we might not make it out of this.
Come get it.
I'm just saying,
it's the fans.
So it's the fans. The things that really just, almost damn near bully you into liking somebody. Like, I love Beyonce. I think she's probably one of the best. But it's like she's probably as comparable to a Michael Jackson as this generation had.
Yes, and I understand that.
And her work ethic, she is top tier. But that doesn't mean that she can't put out mediocre shit, and then that doesn't mean that she has to win everything. But her fans are so far stuck up her ass. You can't say things like that you can't objectively say how you feel. Cause I like Beyonce's albums. I haven't listened to any of Renaissance. It's just I just don't feel like it's.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's not like I'm not actively. It's just. I just haven't listened to it yet. There's nothing that
part of my issue is she's a married woman talking with a lot of single tracks. You know what I mean? Geared towards single women. And it's like, I didn't like Lemonade either. Let me take that back. I liked some of the tracks on Lemonade. Let's put that back.
See, I love Lemonade. At first, I didn't like it, but then it grew on me.
It grew on me too. Lemonade grew on me too.
Homecoming. I watch Homecoming on Netflix a lot. Just the whole HBCU kind of thing. I really like that.
Well, that's what I liked about it. Other than that, once again, that's something that she did because she knew it was popular. You know what I mean? I'm thinking Bonnie Raitt won. Next thing you know, she gonna make a country album. You know what I mean?
They said today that speaking of her Ivy Park brand isn't doing too hot. And they started now all her Beehive fans, it sell out every time. No, it doesn't. She sends all them free boxes to her celebrity friends, and because I've never seen anybody wearing Ivy Park. Nobody I know wears it, can afford it. I rock with Fenty. Rihanna. Prince to Michael Jackson. It's just Rihanna's more her stuff is more affordable. It's more relatable.
I didn't understand that.
What the fuck? Who the hell? This bitch here. The
What's
fuck?
that? That's Alexa.
Yeah, I know I told you to start talking her business.
Yes, I had to look at mine. I'm like, make sure
Yeah.
she don't look at it. But
But
yeah,
yeah, her
yeah,
fans, yeah, her fans make her, I think, are the ones who make people dislike her because she can get on there and say, "Hey, I love you. I know you fans, but I need y'all to calm down a little bit. I know y'all love me, but I don't ever see her hear her say that."
anything, and that her and Nicki Minaj fans are the same. They're a little bit weaker, but
They're
she does the
fanatics.
same thing. She weaponizes her fan base, like if she sees something that hits her up again, or she should have did this, she'll go and like the shit, and then it's like if you this star, this multi-million, nobody can touch you, Nicki. Like you're
Exactly.
like it's just your attitude. You have a real mean girl kind of attitude, and a lot of people that turns a lot of people off. And Beyonce just act like she you to the shit. So,
Yes.
um, and like now she's coming out with what she think she's going on tour. She's doing this Ivy Park shit. It's like your fans don't have enough money for all this shit that you trying to put out. Like you
Exactly.
don't. And that to me is like the thing with her. Like it's not. You're so elitist now and so capitalistic now
Yeah.
that it's just about the dollar, which I'm not never gonna say not go get your bag, but it's like the people that are putting you on this pedestal and the people that are keeping you there are the people everyday people, like
Yes.
like you haven't related to the general population really since you probably were a child, and y'all
I get it. The
like
people who got you
well,
there
y'all not
first.
yeah, like the people out there, like
Yeah.
and for you to not even really interact with your fans, a lot of people don't like that either. Like
Yeah.
you never really,
Never
you just
mention
push it out, and everybody just is supposed to fall all over you. So,
exactly.
uh, like I do like Beyonce. I do love her music. I love her work ethic. I love her drive. Like she is fucking amazing. I would love to just wake up one day and probably be Beyonce just to see what it's like,
Yeah.
But um,
I
I
understand.
can objectively not like everything that she does or certain ways that she moves. Like I can separate
Exactly.
myself from my stars and being a fan and between being a fan or something.
Yes.
So
Now, y'all, let us know what you think in the comments on the replay. Let us know what you think about the Grammys. Some of the controversy that about Harry Styles is that he said this doesn't happen to people like him a lot, and people went on to say white males have won this award so
they
many
created
times since it started.
yeah, like how do you this
Yeah,
doesn't happen to people like me.
yeah. So,
Who we were kind of getting on to Sam Smith. I guess he went over there and like did this whole devil worship ritual or something. And that's what a lot of people are saying, like, which is kind of when, Nicki Minaj can't even perform it. After she did that Roman, they kind of banned her, shadow banned her off the Grammys, like, and then he come and do the same bullshit
now
and curse
also
everybody in there.
there's also a different train of thought too. That was that was 10 years ago. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So
yeah,
things change. The way people see things change. You know what I mean? If you ask me, the show was supposed to be anti-establishment. You know what I
mm,
mean? It was supposed to be like, hey, we're gonna do this and we're gonna keep it real and we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. Um, and the Grammys was without its drama. Um, as Miss Candy told me in the production meeting last night, there was something going on between Offset and Quavo.
yeah. Last night, so TMZ came out and said that they had a little kerfuffle in the back,
Mhm.
and Offset came out and said that no, Quavo came out and said that wasn't true. He tweeted it,
Mhm.
but then E News released a clip, a soundbite or what have you, of
Mhm.
Cardi in the back. Yeah,
Yes.
you don't see her on screen. You just hear her
Mhm.
screaming in the back, talking about it's both of y'all fault, both of y'all, blah, 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 blah.
Mhm.
Just kind of going off. You can hear it in her voice.
Yeah.
Um, And when she came out, they asked her about it, and she just was like, "No, I don't know what y'all talking about. I was settling my dress. I wasn't settling no beef." Like
Mm-hmm.
I applaud her for it because it is family business, and
Mm-hmm.
Quavo and Offset are, it's a difficult situation because they were kind of bunking when Takeoff was taken away
Yeah.
from us.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so the whole reason behind the kerfuffle was supposed to be Quavo did a tribute
Mm-hmm.
to Takeoff, and Offset wanted to come on stage, and he didn't want him to come on stage, is
Mm-hmm.
what was being said.
Yeah.
And so that's what led up to the thing. And I mean, I yes, it is family business.
Mm-hmm.
And just because unfortunately somebody passed doesn't mean that we stop. Whatever happened, they obviously still it's still brewing there. They still have some beef.
Yeah.
Um, they still. I mean, it's unfortunate that Takeoff was taken. But
Mm-hmm.
Quavo and Offset still got some stuff going on that they need to
You need to hash
start
out.
dealing with. And death is sometimes a
Mm-hmm.
catalyst to
Mm-hmm.
bring a lot of that stuff to the forefront.
Yeah.
Um, but it still sounds like, because you haven't really heard anything from them. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
separately
Yeah.
but just we haven't seen them together either since
Mm-hmm.
that happened. They haven't been really, we haven't heard much from Quavo outside of the song that he put out and dedicated to Takeoff.
Yeah.
Uh, so I know that was his nephew and they're grieving. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but it um, still, it's upsetting. I hope they get through it. And
Mm-hmm.
speaking of Offset, there somehow there's still some ongoing stuff with
Mm-hmm.
that too. Jay Prince,
Yes.
um, Jay Prince has been doing all these damn interviews with all these blogs, and since it happened,
Mm-hmm.
um, and for people who don't know, Jay Prince is like this godfather figure in the rap game. He's from Houston.
Yeah.
He's a big part of the South being the rap dynasty that they are. It used to be New York, it was the West
Mm-hmm.
Coast, now it's the South. South's been
Mm-hmm.
dominating years. Um, and that's a lot in part to him. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and so he's very well respected. He's very considered like the Godfather. The gang is named, or I don't want to call them gang, but
Yeah.
they're,
Don't do that.
special. It's called Mob Ties. So that just kind of lets you know how they operate. And a lot of people like Jake Prince is a person that can get shit done and make them
Mm-hmm.
calls and had it like basically fuck up your career kind of thing. Um, so there's been a lot of speculation that they know stuff. Um, actually, I'm pretty sure that they do. Um, or what exactly took place that night. It was Jay Prince's sons, Jay Prince Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Jazz Prince, I think is his name.
Yeah.
It was his party or some function that they were there
Mm-hmm.
performing at, some private event
Yeah.
um, that they were hosting, and that's when the supposed dice game happened, and the shootout happened.
Mm-hmm.
So he's been going, kind of talking about, just kind of talking about things, and it's kind of got a lot of people looking at him crazy because
Yeah.
it's like, like you're not really supposed to be out here talking about all this kind of stuff the way that you're talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because Quavo and Offset haven't said anything.
Mm-hmm.
So they went on Gilly and Wallow's podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I forget what the name of it, but people are familiar with it. Um, and with his son,
Mm-hmm.
and basically said something like, was basically telling Offset, don't ever put me in a position where I have to defend my family.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's like, well, what that mean? Like,
Yeah.
what
What's
I
going
said,
on behind the scenes?
it's
Yeah.
like, where did that come from? You know, like, what was the, he said, but he did say that he was hearing some kind of talk or what have you, which, basically, Jay Prince was like, you weren't even there. And they're like, that
Yeah.
basically got him like that, like, you wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
even, how do you know this happened?
Yeah.
So, um, Offset naturally responded, which he
Mm-hmm.
probably should have. But you can just hear the hurt in his voice still. He's still very hurt by it.
Yeah.
He's, saying like, nigga, who is you? This is my family. Like,
Exactly. And,
if you don't know you're crying, don't let you nigga. Like,
mm-hmm.
you know what? Like this my brother we talking about. Like, you don't have nothing to speak on that. Oh, you think you're my fucking godfather or some shit? Like,
Exactly.
it's kind of
Yeah.
funny.
And
Like,
that's the
what? Like, cause it's like, it was you. But
exactly. But that's one of the things that you have to understand too. We're not just talking about, one rapper's beef with another rapper over a group member. Not only was he a group member, he's a family member. So we're still talking about people mourning. You know what I mean?
and he wasn't there, and I'm sure that's fucking eating him up too. That they were just kind of everybody was kind of funking when it happened. So can you imagine,
Mm-hmm.
funking with like your loved one, and then all of a sudden that they gone. Even though
Exactly. And that's
like
crazy.
it wasn't probably gonna last forever. We probably could have got past it eventually. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
mad at you. And we doing our own thing right now.
Yes,
Like
exactly.
and to lose, like somebody that you were that close to,
Mm-hmm.
not only in family but in profession too.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can only imagine what how he feels and what he's dealing with every day. Like you could hear it in his voice when he was talking. Like he's still very,
Yeah.
like in grief about it. So,
Mm-hmm.
I would be kind of offended too.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's still my family whether I was there or not, nigga. Like I can say what I
Exactly. Exactly.
can draw the conclusion. I'm trying to find answers. Like ain't
Mm-hmm.
nobody saying nothing. So and it's
Yeah.
not like he came out and
Mm-hmm.
said anything publicly. Like
Yeah.
you just going off of what you heard, Jay.
Exactly.
It's like, and then I mean, it kind of goes back to just the crowd you around. Like, why? I
Mm-hmm.
mean, like, it's unfortunate. Like, why is you niggas playing dice? Like, what are y'all? Why you playing dice with some broke dudes? Like,
Exactly. And that's a whole other conversation. Let us know what you think about this ongoing thing with Jay Prince and Quavo and Offset rather. And
that's
my thing is this: let them mourn, because if you are the quote supposed gangster, let them mourn. But if you had something to do with this, also let them get their pound of flesh. And I'm not condoning violence. I'm just saying this is how the streets are.
and
You know what I
you just
mean?
of all people know that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
how this stuff goes. You still very much have this very
Mm-hmm.
Godfather mentality.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
like people treat you like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not saying that you don't deserve that rep, but
Mm-hmm.
there's always going to be somebody to come along and try you, or
Yes.
you don't reign forever. Like you gotta have to,
Exactly.
maybe you set it up for you, but it's
Mm-hmm.
like y'all been doing all this talking. Maybe y'all need to be quiet.
Exactly. Now,
Just be
Tony
quiet.
just asked who Jay Prince is. Jay Prince
Mhm.
is a sort of like
He's
the godfather of Southern rap.
yeah, he's like a music exec.
Yeah.
He's responsible for signing Drake.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the biggest, what is it, Scarface and
Mm-hmm.
the Ghetto Boys. Like he's
Yeah.
very instrumental in getting putting Southern rap on the map. Like
Mm-hmm.
really made it what it is today.
Exactly.
Um, he's been around like for a long time. Like
Mm-hmm.
just always behind the scenes though. Like this is the most
Mm-hmm.
we've ever seen him. So
Yeah.
it's like
Now,
all these other niggas is coming out and talking too much now. Like Smokey, why is you talking about?
probably because we
I
don't.
had a thing
Probably
going
because
on.
they feel irrelevant. You know what I mean? They feel irrelevant now. Um, but it's time to move on, y'all, because next week is the day of love, Valentine's Day, whatever you folks like to call it. And some people like to call it Single Awareness Day. And unfortunately, one single motherfucker took to the internet to talk about to talk about some shit. Um, hold on. Let me pull this up for y'all because I need y'all to see this. Um, yes, y'all. This is Tom Brady. You know, NFL champion.
Strapping ass Tom.
Mm-hmm. You know,
Speak out on the gram ass Tom.
Yeah, this is Tom, single, 45 years old, you know, likes walks on the beach, you know. It's just him and his dog.
Right.
Um
Divorcee.
Yeah, divorcee, you know, just me, just chilling, me and my dog on the beachfront property, you
Athletic field, you know.
Come join me. Looking at
Right.
us.
I need somebody to lay down with.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Tom. Oh, you're gonna get it together. I'm 25-year-old to juggle a ball.
I know. We need to leave Tom alone.
He's gonna be singing for too long.
Exactly. He's not. He's not. And what do you like to do on Valentine's Day? What do you do? I mean, you know. Yeah.
I can't even listen, it's been so long since I've even like been anywhere on Valentine's Day. I mean, you know, like I guess a little dinner or something, little it ain't gotta be nothing extravagant, little, you know, wine and dine. That's it, it ain't a little candlelight. I don't know. You know, like I don't know. Like I probably just that, like, or just it don't even gotta be just spending time, I guess, with the person your special person, and you know, just enjoying their company, whatever you guys decide to do.
Yeah.
So I think that's more me, like just whatever we decide to do, just.
Now, what I like to do, depending on what day it falls on, I do like to get my girl a gift that day. Depending on when the day is, like, huh?
Did you get her something already?
Not yet, but I am.
Listen, it's chicken.
Oh no, I know I know what I want to get her. It's nothing. It's nothing that's gonna run out of time, and you know I can get it last minute. It's not gonna be an issue. But normally I'll take her to dinner somewhere we haven't eaten, or somewhere we really like to eat. You know, make it special, do the thing. You know, then we come home.
That the love, you know, little lovers doing.
Yeah, we come home.
It ain't got to be quite extravagant, you know, just go hang out and have a dinner or something. Like, yeah, that sounds nice. Uh-oh. I think we lost them guys. Hello. Oh my goodness. Did he have to come out, come back in? Okay, so let me see. What are we doing to talk about? Let me see. What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing on Valentine's Day? Do you guys have any? Oh wow, Tony, I haven't. Yeah, I see. He froze. Tony, you said her birthday is 2 days after. She get only one day and she has to choose. Oh, that sucks. No, I'm kidding. Well, mine's is 6 days after. So like Valentine's Day is the 4th and then my birthday's on the 20th. So I know about that choosing shit. It's either one or the other because you guys fucking suck. Okay? I can have both. Yeah, it's like Christmas. People get people's birthdays are close to Christmas or something like that, they usually have to, share something, and that sucks. But do we have him back? All right.
Yes, y'all. I am so sorry about that. I
Oh,
got my little
yeah.
I got my little cord thing down here. Sometimes I'll get excited and I'll hit it, knock it
And
out
then
the
you,
then I gotta
uh,
restart my computer. Uh, but yeah,
right.
that's what we do. We go out and do something special.
Mhm.
Um, and I see Tony said he likes to, go out with his
Yeah,
wife.
I was going low key because he said her birthday is 2 days after,
Mhm.
and she got to choose a day because I told him mine is 6 days after. So people be
Yeah.
trying to make like, no, I should
Mhm.
have both, and so
That's
should
the
she.
that's the Pisces in you. You just want that. You
Mhm,
just want that special time.
mhm.
My birthday and Valentine's Day is different. It's like people who
Two
have
totally
birthdays around
different
Christmas.
things.
Yeah,
Two totally different things. What would you compare that to?
yeah. It's like people who got birthdays around Christmas, or around holidays. It's the same
Yeah,
thing. It's the same
trying to
thing.
double up on the gift, do a two, a one
No, they should double up on the
and a half
gifts.
off.
Don't give me a
Yeah,
funky,
yeah,
don't give
double
me
up
a
on
funky
the gift.
Valentine's Day gift.
Right. Don't give me
You
some
know.
flowers and shit on my birthday. Like, just
Now, also
separate.
with Valentine's Day, I wanted to talk about dating potheads. I mean, some people don't like, I don't date potheads because they own drugs, all that dumb shit. But you know,
Ugh.
I know, right? Of course, we potheads. God damn it!
Oh
And
my God. For those people, there is and not to cut you off, there is a show called Adam Ruins Everything. Please
yes,
watch the episode about cannabis, and it will tell you that all of that stuff that they was putting out was just rhetoric
mhm,
because
yeah,
some guy decided it needed to be rhetoric. Like,
exactly.
it's the most, it's the least. There is absolutely nobody that dies,
Mhm,
ODs, nothing on it. Like, it is very harmful. Now, it can have an effect on you, but it's not,
mhm.
like all that shit that they teach you about it. Just watch it. But anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Exactly. The 5 reasons to date a pothead. No particular order, but number one, cannabis users are often more relaxed and laid back. And that's me. Everybody who knows me know I'm relaxed, laid back. And as somebody who looks for a relationship, isn't that what you want? You want stress-free shit. You want to be stressed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a
Yes,
drag.
exactly. Number two, cannabis users are often more open to new experience and willing to try new things. So that means if they smoking, they might think. I mean, if it's you and your somebody else that you feel that's special to you, hey,
Mm-hmm.
they might want to do
Mm-hmm.
the thing. You know what I mean? We
Right.
don't know
Yeah, I got they dick stuck on the back. You trying to see what that feeling like? With that. But,
exactly. And
mm-hmm.
sometimes when you get that, sometimes like Cat Williams, I was trying to remember. Cat Williams said, "We put that fucking in your system." You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah. And just be like, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
Lock them in.
Exactly.
I
Now,
get around to
three,
them when I get around to them.
exactly. People who smoke marijuana are often more creative, intelligent, and thoughtful than other people. And I think that's true because when you get high, you can have some good ass conversations.
Yeah,
Um,
you sound nice and lovely. Like,
yeah.
like just everybody's
You can have something deep, but you can also have something stupid that you done went deep on. Now it's some real deep shit. You know what I mean?
right now.
Um,
All in the universe with some shit. Like,
exactly. Um, Number four, cannabis users are often more accepting and understanding of other people's perspectives and beliefs. Because, you know, when I get
well,
high, I don't want to argue with nobody.
no, I barely want to talk. Like,
Exactly. So I'm be like, hey, I can see that. You know what I mean? I can see that. I can see that.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. I'm picking that up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I
But
get
we're
it.
not going to sit there and argue with you. I'm not going to argue with you while I'm high because you fucked
No,
my high up.
you put my high up. I'll get back to you when I come down.
And Tony said, not true. He said, fuck your opinion.
Oh my God. Tony just
Like,
needs a blunt. You need to put that pipe down. Get a blunt.
exactly.
That's gonna be like
I'm not finna beef with you. I said,
right.
you mad? I ain't finna argue with you. Exactly. You know what I mean?
Be high. Be happy.
And number 5, cannabis users often have a better understanding of the importance of self-care. And that means, y'all, one of my, everything, the big thing last year in coming up this year is self-care. People are doing things in self-care. They have self-care Sunday, self-care Saturday, where you just focus on you. And when I have a self-care day, fuck yeah, I'm smoking the strongest shit I got. So I can just sit back and just take care of me. You know what I mean? And
experience. It's supposed to be an experience. And you're supposed to, come down. So, a little bit more clarity about some stuff.
Exactly. So we potheads, y'all. So get with us.
We fun.
All the shits.
Yeah, we fun.
Yeah, we fun as fuck, y'all. Y'all just don't know. Guess what? I'm a pothead. Going out, being with me, we gonna go and eat. And we gonna eat. We gonna eat. We gonna eat. Now, what I like to eat.
I'm gonna eat after this.
Exactly, I am too. Got some wings waiting for me, But I do love to eat. What I did eat this week, and it's my new thing. I had to try it twice. Is Wendy's chicken breakfast biscuit, and I like it. The chicken's good.
Is the biscuit dry?
The biscuit is okay. What makes the biscuit is that it's a little moist, and they have this maple butter sauce that they put on it. And that is it's cool. It's good. That's what makes it good. That's what takes some of that dryness out of the biscuit. I gave it 4 blunts. The reason I gave it 4 blunts is that butter will sometimes melt, and sometimes it'll drip out, and it gets on your clothes. So it's not something I can really see myself eating while I'm driving. You know what I mean? And that comes
wrapped up under it, keep it in like a napkin, and then or the wrapper.
But it was good. And I'm gonna say, y'all, and some people might say something, fuck y'all, go argue with your mama. I think it tastes better than the Chick-fil-A breakfast chicken biscuit.
What?
Don't argue with me. Argue with your mama. Don't argue with me. I'm just saying.
I've never had that breakfast, so I don't know what it tastes like. So I can't even like.
That's what I actually had. It's actually pretty. I did it twice because the first time I was very hungry, and that's where we stopped. So that's why I said, this is good. I'm gonna go ahead and try it a second time. So what are you eating though?
So the other night, we were riding around, and everything was fucking closed. It was like 4 a.m, and we went to McDonald's. They said they was only doing breakfast. Went to Jack in the Box. They said we got 5 minutes to order because they about to do breakfast. And no, their system was gonna shut down. Went to Del Taco. They weren't taking any orders. Taco Bell was just closed. Like they didn't even try to. They was like, we's closed. Mind you, all these restaurants are 24 hours supposedly.
Yeah. I'm about to say something for that. Go ahead.
Oh my God, I mean, stuff at Carl's Jr. And Carl's Jr. is kind of pricey. They burgers are all high. Because they said they charbroil their burgers, but whatever. But I like Carl's Jr. I like if I want like feel like I want a restaurant burger without paying the restaurant price or something. Not as much as the restaurant. I'll go to. Yes. I'll go to Quarles or Hardy. Right? That's what they are.
$5.
Right. So I wound up getting We got a double cheeseburger and the jalapeno cheeseburger.
Okay.
Probably the cheapest things on the menu at that time. And it was pretty good. Like the jalapeno one was, got this nice little spice to it. Like sometimes I like a little kick. It was pretty good. It was a nice little late night snack. That wasn't nobody anticipating because we wasn't even trying to go here. We were trying to go, and order off the app and use the points at McDonald's. Yeah. Burger King was too far. I didn't want to go all the way to Burger King.
Burger King don't stay open late night at all. They close at like midnight, 1 o'clock at the latest. I haven't seen a Burger King open past 1. Wendy's definitely closes about 1. So your only choices really is Carl's Jr. and Jack in the Box and Del Taco.
This side of town, they just be like, "Fuck y'all, we not taking no orders." I don't care if you see us in here. I don't care if we said 24 hours. It's just
Part of it is that at one point, and it's about 4 in the morning. It's between 3 and 5 in the morning. They have to do their clock rolls. They have to do their end of the night stuff. I know McDonald's does it.
Everybody was acting like, and I was like, "The hell!" But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, McDonald's does it around 3 because their breakfast starts at 4. But other places they do it whenever they get a chance to. I used to deliver Uber Eats, and that was my biggest thing. Is I pull up, I pull up, and they'll be like, "Hey, our systems is down because of this, and that." Before they find out I got an Uber Eats order. They still get the Uber Eats orders, but if I was just pulling up there, especially Del Taco, them the middle of the night is not one of the workest motherfuckers I know.
I'll be wanting to just come through the window, but that's what I was wondering. Is it some kind of thing that they do? Like when because I know there's certain ones that I've never, after the club, I used to go stop there, 4, 5 in the morning, didn't have no issue really. But now I'm noticing like it's issues like that now. And I'm like, well, what the fuck are they doing? But now that makes sense. Like,
now Tony, if you're out there, man, you've worked graveyard a lot. About what time do y'all do y'all reports and everything for the night? I know it's around between 2 and 4 because I know a lot of places like Terrible shuts down at 2 o'clock. You know what I mean? But come on, y'all. When I'm with somebody, because I don't drive high. When I'm with somebody and I'm high and we out and we got the munchies, oh no.
Yeah, not to be open. I'll be getting cussed the fuck out because especially if you either going at that time it's only drunk people and high people out anyway because they're coming from the club, so they definitely want to go grab some food to sober up a little bit. If you telling me you ain't taking no orders, I'll flip all this shit out.
Exactly. That's my thing because I'm gonna tell you, if I had a munchies and my friends are with me and we all out. If Jack in the Box ain't open, I believe there should be a law that Jack in the Box always got to be open during munchie hours. I don't care if you close during the day.
They got a munchie box. How you not gonna be open during munchie hours?
Yeah, exactly.
Y'all got a munchie box. A couple of them.
Yes, exactly. And thank you, Tony. You say about 3 a.m. typically. With convenience stores is about 5:45, probably right before the 6 o'clock shift comes in.
Yeah.
But that's what happens. But at least just say that. Don't have me pull up. Don't have me at the drive-through window at the damn box like, hello? And I know you hear me.
Hello.
And I know you fucking hear me.
Right. Like, yeah. So that's annoying.
Exactly. Now, before we get to what we were watching, don't forget, y'all, Super Bowl is this weekend. Rihanna halftime show, Philadelphia versus Kansas City. Yeah, Philadelphia versus Kansas City. Kansas City still has the slight edge, but definitely I'm not going for the game. I'm going for the commercials. I'm going for the food. Every year, my girl and I, we get pizza and wings, and we sit around and just watch the game, talk shit, do the thing. So, let us know what y'all do on Super Bowl Sunday. Because with Super Bowl Sunday, we got food. Because I'm gonna review some Super Bowl food next week that I get. Because if I see you post something, I want a plate, I want a sample, I will come pick it up.
Right here. I'll definitely come meet y'all somewhere and, like give me a little foot long piece of Jersey Mike's with me, piece of capriotti sandwich.
Exactly. Now, you said you were watching a movie, Guest House.
Yeah,
So,
guest
so
house.
it's not a spoiler alert, y'all. But spoiler alert, just so y'all know.
Just let you know, if you haven't seen it, it is a Pauly Shore film. So if you guys remember, Pauly Shore is really big in the '90s. He played like a lot of stoner, surfer, rock characters. As far as I can remember, and it's still pretty much the same. He's like just now he's like 70, still doing it. Like he's not that old.
Yeah, he's like 52, 53.
Yeah, he's in his 50s, but it's still pretty much his character, what he normally plays. There's this young couple that just got married. They bought their dream house, and somehow he's still a tenant in the guest house, and they have to go through the eviction process to basically try to get him out. But it's they have to give him time to get out or what have you, and he's trying to convince them not convincingly to let him stay, or he's trying to do everything to get them to leave. Or he's like fucking in a driveway. Doing all kind of drugs and stuff. They doing ayahuasca in the lawn. There's parts of it that's funny. I did kind of fall asleep at the end, so I'm not. I'll probably have to watch it. I'm probably gonna watch it after this, just to But there was some parts where I was just like, okay, just kind of slapstick funny kind of stuff. Like they're just really trying to make this part funny. So, but if you want a little stoner, like.
So you say you should medicate before you watch it.
Yeah, medicate before you watch it. I gave it, I think, 3.5.
Yeah, you gave 3.5. Yeah.
3.5 blunt. It's funny depending on what kind of comedy you're into. I like all kinds of like weird, dark comedy or funny, I guess gross comedy or what have you, or dark comedy. Like it really doesn't matter. Or it's kind of like a Jackass kind of
Jackass.
Yeah, it's kind of like that with all the gross stuff that they do. But yeah, I would recommend it. If you just looking for stuff to watch.
Okay. Now, I watched a DC animated cartoon, Battle of the Super Sons on HBO Max. It's streaming. Now, Battle of the Super Sons is it's an offshoot, and it's basically Batman and Superman's sons teaming up against a common enemy. I don't want to give it away, but basically it opens with Superman's son Jonathan. His powers are starting to manifest.
His name is Jonathan?
Yes, Jonathan Kent. Yes. I bet you didn't know Superman had a kid.
I didn't even know, much less that his name was Jonathan.
Yes, Jonathan Kent, named after his father, Jonathan Kent. But at that point, he takes him.
Name Clark? Is it the daddy named Clark? Superman's name is Clark, ain't it?
Yeah, but his adopted father's name is Jonathan.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm high. I'm confusing y'all. But yeah, it's
my bad. Okay.
Yeah, Jonathan Kent raised Clark, and Clark had Jonathan.
He named his son after his father. Got it.
Exactly. So he takes him to see Batman in Gotham. That's where we meet Batman's son Damian, who's actually the Robin at this point. And at first, he's just like his dad. He's a little worse than his dad. He does dumb shit, says dumb shit. Typical Batman in a Robin uniform. Of course they butt heads at first, but then something happens and they got to unite to fight an enemy. and to save their dads. You know what I mean? Their dads were kidnapped, so they had to save their dad. So it's a pretty good movie. I actually gave it 4, I believe, 4.5.
It's on HBO Max.
HBO Max, y'all gotta check it out. It's Battle of the Super Sons. You know,
okay. I know they have
exactly. Let us know. Let us know what you want. Let us know what you're watching. Put it in the comments. Let me get rid of this damn title. Let us know in the comments what's going on, what movies you're watching, what munchies you're having. Because we're about to get out of here. I'm hungry. My munchies kicking in. Tony has said guest house. He said it was a 3 blunter even when high. You know.
Okay, see, I was gracious and gave it 3.5.
3.5.
So.
Now,
yeah, so.
Exactly. Before we get out of here, y'all, like we always do, if you're in crisis, in trouble, you're thinking about having suicidal thoughts, pick up the phone, text or call 988. Talk to those folks and let them get you the help that you need. We want to talk with you, not about y'all. You know what I mean? With that being said, I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. We are the Aging Potheads. We want to thank you for coming to smoke with us. Huh?
I said it getting up there.
Exactly. And we want to thank everyone for joining us. Don't forget to watch the Super Bowl next week and let us know how your Valentine's went. We will be back next week, y'all.
You hit it big on the ticket, like,
Exactly. Good luck to both teams. I only do it for the commercials and the halftime show. So we will catch y'all next week. Until next time, y'all, we want you to meditate and medicate. And as always, stay lifted. Good night, y'all. We'll catch you next time.